for me. Made me want to say, even though I got plenty.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. But tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? There he goes, left side. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
I can't help but smile, not because I'm rooting for any team in particular, but to see the special teams set up their team in such a big way, you just know that helps the interaction between all phases of a football team.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. First down, here's Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if we can get to it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Oh, and this one slides to the right on Gay. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. They'll run again with Harris. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. Boy, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy because essentially now you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
The Jets at 4-3, a game over 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
3rd and 12.
Shotgun now for Murray.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. You talk about this Jets defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And a pretty quick burst there as he get this across midfield and down to the 46. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. A little short pass. This is Everett. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third down and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. And taken down just shy of the 40. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. Palmer going to go in motion left. On second down, here's Murray. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Murray looking to change the play here. And it is caught. And that's a touchdown. But hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. An extra point forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Goff. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Ed Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Murray now on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now it's 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he works free. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 36-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarrett McKinnon. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. An option handoff given to Harris. He appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They're going for it. This is Harris. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's another carry for Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Thornton, the motion man right. Harris is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. The slot man in motion right. The final shot before break here. Goff looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our scores. We are back underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield. We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 2-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and 11.
He'll get that complete to Albert O. So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. On first down, Goff. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
From the 43, here's second and a couple. Out of the gun, Goff. And this one complete to Doolin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking downfield for Godwin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Goff's throw on target to Godwin here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's a toss right side to Mitchell. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Lorenzo Carter, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And they'll run it here. They find some open field here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
3rd and 5. Here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now 2nd and 5. Claypool with another catch. That one a first down pickup of 8. And now they're in the hurry up. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Right side, Claypool's got it. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To the air again, Goff. Steps away to his left. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Try the right side with Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously... Touchdown, Chargers! Ashton Doolin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Escapes the defender. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. It's an 89-yard kick return. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And able to get this out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's intercepted. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Harris running straight ahead. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Higgins. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. That much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
He's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throw left side to Higgins. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Higgins with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
10 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Goff on third down. And that will be incomplete as well. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They run over center with Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Doolin, the man in motion. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. To throw is Goff. A throw on the money there to Doolin. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and end up making the play.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Open man, it's Palmer. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Trey Palmer, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometime.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline,